Hello, and welcome to the Wanskuck Weekly Storytime. I'm Abby, a Youth Services Librarian here at the Wanskuck Library, and today we'll be reading Otis by Loren Long. Otis. There was once a friendly little tractor. His name was Otis, and every day Otis and his farmer worked together, taking care of the farm they called home. Otis liked to work. But after working hard all day, Otis was ready to unwind and play. He would ride the rolling hills and skirt Mud Pond down by the corn. He would leapfrog bales of hay and explode through the haystacks. On occasion, he would chase a rabbit or play Ring Around the Rosie with the ducks to the sound of his steady put, puff, puttity chuff. And sometimes, at the end of the day, he would just sit under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Every night, tired but happy, Otis would putt-puff into the little stall in the barn that was all his. One night, when Otis was fast asleep, the farmer brought a beautiful baby calf into the barn. The calf bawled and bawled for her mother, but when the sleepy sound of a soft put-puff, puttity-chuff came from the next stall, the scared little calf stopped bawling and drifted off to sleep. From that day on, the calf started following the little tractor wherever he went. Put, puff, puttity chuff. She followed him over the rolling hills and down by Mud Pond. She was right behind him, leapfrogging bales of hay. And the calf made their games of Ring Around the Rosie all the better. Sometimes at the end of the day, the two of them would just sit together under the apple tree and watch the farm below. Otis loved his little calf, and the little calf loved Otis. Then, one day, the farmer surprised everyone with a brand new yellow tractor. "Time to move out, Otis," the farmer said. He took Otis out of the little stall in the barn that was all his and parked him back behind the barn. Then he backed the big yellow tractor into a stall next to the little calf. But the little calf didn't like the big yellow tractor. He had a deep, rumbling snore that shook the stall when he slept. There was no one to purr the little calf gently to sleep, no one to spend her days with. And Otis could not even see his farm as the weeds began to cover his tires. His friend often sat with him, but she could not get him to play like the old days. It was early summer when the farmer discovered a poster. "Who has the prettiest calf in the land? Judges will decide at the county fair and award a fancy blue ribbon to the winner." The farmer knew the answer. He would show the little calf. But on the morning of the fair, the little calf was nowhere to be found. She had wandered down to the mud pond by the cornfield to cool off. But when she waded into the muddy water, her feet sank. With every step, she sank deeper and deeper and deeper. The little calf was stuck in Mud Pond. "Get the hands!" the farmer shouted when he saw her. All the farm hands came running with their ropes, but the more they tugged, the more stuck the calf got. "Get the big yellow tractor!" the farmer shouted. "He can save her." But the big yellow tractor just scared the little calf. She sank in deeper and deeper. Nearby, farmers began to gather. Then call Fire Chief Douglas and the fire truck, the farmer shouted. They can save our little calf. But the sight of the big red fire truck startled the little calf in even deeper. The farmer was fit to be tied. If the farmhands and the big tractor and even Fire Chief Douglas and his fire truck couldn't save the little calf, who could? Suddenly, the little calf's ears perked up. Over the hum of the growing crowd, there came a faint sound in the distance, a soft, rhythmic purr. Put, puff, puttity chuff. The crowd turned and looked. The sound became louder. Put, puff, puttity chuff. And all at once, Otis put-puffed from around the barn. He turned and headed straight toward Mud Pond. Otis put-puffed down the rolling hill and pulled right up next to the muddy water's edge. The calf heard her friend's puttering purr and bawled. It was something like a hello. Then, to the sound of his gentle chuff and the amazement of all the people in the crowd, Otis slowly began to circle the pond. Otis put-puffed down the rolling hill and pulled right up next to the muddy water's edge. The calf heard her friend's puttering purr and bawled. It was something like a hello. Then, to the sound of his gentle chuff and the amazement of all the people in the crowd, Otis slowly began to circle the pond. He circled and circled, and the little calf turned and turned, never taking her eyes off of her friend. With each ring Otis made around Mud Pond, the muddy grip loosened until the calf was able to stumble out of the pond on her own. The two friends had found each other again. Otis led the calf right down the dusty road toward the village, and everyone threw flowers as they went following them into town. It looked like a happy parade. No one needed a fancy blue ribbon to tell them that the calf was a special calf. Otis was a special tractor, and the two of them were special friends. From that day on, the farmer discovered that with Otis's puttering purr beside the chicken coop, his chickens laid more eggs. At milking time, with Otis's gentle chuff nearby, his cows produced more milk. On occasion, Otis even got to join the farmer and the big yellow tractor out in the fields. But often, at the end of the day, Otis would just sit with his friend under the apple tree and watch the farm below. The end. In the book, Otis's best friend is the little calf. So today we are going to make our own little calves. All you'll need is a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, 4 pipe cleaners, some construction paper. I'm using brown so it looks more like the little calf in the book, but you could also use white if you want a more traditional looking cow. Some crayons or something else to decorate it with, and some glue. You can also optionally have a pencil on standby to help with some of your decoration. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our construction paper and we're going to decorate it like a cow. One of the most important things, you want to decorate more in the middle and not on the sides, since when we put it around the toilet paper roll, it's going to curl like this. And if you decorate right on the edges, it might get covered up. So I'm going to color that white spot just like the little calf in the book has. And then I'm going to draw a nice pink nose. You could also, instead of crayons, you could use markers, colored pencils, paint, anything nice and colorful that will show up. And then some eyes. And I might color in that white spot a little bit more. And then I'm also going to add a nice little smile. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. We're going to move our crayons out of the way. And then we're going to cover this back side with our glue stick. So it's easy to put right onto our cardboard tube. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take our roll. Okay, we're going to give that a little bit of time to dry. And while we do, we're going to take our pipe cleaners, and you want 2 pipe cleaners. You're going to bend them right in half. And then you want to get them a little bit of an angle, so you can kind of do like this. And then you're going to wrap this around the pencil. If you don't have a pencil, or you just want to try to freehand it, you can also do that. It just makes it a little easier if you have a pencil to use. And then the same on the other side. And then again on the next one. Okay. Once your cardboard tube is nice and dry with the paper stuck on there, you're going to arrange these inside and glue them right in. You can also tape them if it's easier. You want to make sure that those legs can stand. So like right. I ended up using tape for my legs, for my cow legs, because the glue just didn't really want to stick. The next thing we're going to do, so now, if you get the legs just right, our cow can stand up. And now we're going to add some nice cow ears. So, they're going to be taped right in there. And then we can just curl them right up and bend them however we like to make them look like nice cow ears. So I'm going to curl them up and then give them a kind of more cow shape. And then I'll do the same on the other side. And with that, once we get the legs propped up the right way, we have our finished little calf. You could also optionally add a tail. Again, you could change the color of the paper and what decorations you use. If you wanted, instead of doing a cow that looks like a real life cow, you could do a rainbow cow or a cow with cool spirals and swirls on it. You could make a cow as crazy or as cool or interesting as you like. That's it for our story time this week, and I hope you join us next week when we read The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Thanks. Bye.